Kia ora koutou, ko Angela Caves toku ingoa, no mai haere mai. Welcome to the Tai Tokerau Northland Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. My name is Angela Caves and I'm the Partnership and Events Lead for Digital Boost. It is my pleasure to be hosting you this afternoon and over the next 2 days. Welcome to our audience who have joined us here in the webinar and to those who are joining us on a live stream via Facebook, LinkedIn or YouTube. We have got 3 afternoons full of sessions for you. We have had a wee surprise in this session where our presenting organisation are having some technical issues. So you are going to have to persevere with me. I do want to bring you some of their slides that they have provided me with. I will keep the presentation fairly high level based on what we can see. And I will still encourage you all to, if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them into the chat or into the Q&A function within the webinar, and we will collate those and we will take them to Business.gov and endeavour to get back to you with responses. On the webinar with me, you will see my co-host Rich, who is going to be manning our chat. Rich is going to see if we can collate those questions, and if I can answer them based on previous sessions that I have done with Business.govt, then I absolutely will attempt to. But if not, like I said, we'll endeavour to get an answer for you all. So you can see and hear us in this session, but we can't see nor hear you. If you would like to come back and watch a recording of this session, it will be uploaded to YouTube, and we may in fact upload a previous session that we have done with Business.govt for a more in-depth look at their services and products available to support the business community. So, information from Business.govt.nz. Business.gov brings information and advice from across government and the private sector, and they put it all into one place to help small businesses achieve what they set out to achieve. They try to package everything up into tools and resources that make sense for small business and have a key focus on addressing some of the pain points for small business. They try to translate the information that is out there into plain English and hopefully in hopes of pointing each piece of information into the relevant detail so that it gets to where it needs to on the website, business.govt.nz. They are out there to be able to help you if you are starting in business or if you are growing your business, or just to be able to help get the most out of your business, whatever its current state. As you can see here on the slides, the way that they tend to do this is chunked into 3 groupings. So there's content, which is the content that is written on their website, and this is consistently added to and updated based on changes to legislation, so that you're always getting the most relevant information to help your business succeed. I believe the newsletter now has over 900,000 subscribers, so 850 on there, but that number has gone up at last check. And so helpful information and articles on any changes that you may need to be aware of. And then the team that sits behind Business.gov also builds a lot of digital tools to help support you, some of which I know we're going to cover in the next couple of slides. The employment agreement builder, so it can be a lengthy process onboarding a new employee. Sometimes it can be a deterrent, even when a business owner needs to onboard one of their new employees, and everybody is resource and time poor at the moment. So this is the reason that the employment agreement builder has been developed. So instead of having to go to a lawyer and perhaps have an expense within your business to write that contract, Business.gov has built a tool to allow you to build that agreement yourself. So hopefully saving you some time and money, and any changes that you may need to accommodate can be made in the template. just having a look, it was launched, the Employment Agreement Builder was launched in April 2016, and there have been over 250,000 employment agreements created since the launch of the tool. On average, each agreement template has been used for other employees at least 5 times. So that is a great resource there to be helping our business owners or our smaller organic businesses take those steps into growing their business with their new employees. One check. So choosing a name for your business is a big decision, especially if you plan to build your brand around that name. It does pay to use the One Sheet tool before you start going out and having your business cards and your website and domain names and everything developed. You want to be making sure that you're checking to see if any other businesses have a similar name out there and how to protect the name that you choose. It applies to existing businesses as well. So it's you can use this tool to check if you're a business that's existing, but it is better to use it up front when you're thinking about starting the business or having a name change to your business. Head over and use One Check. It'll give you access to information like other social media handles, differences between registered businesses and then trading as names or trademarks. And some guidance on how best to protect your own brand and your own information by selecting an appropriate business name. Compliance. So another big pain point for small business is their compliance obligations. You may know that compliance can be a confusing process, trying to read through all that legislation to make sure you're meeting your obligations as a business, and it can also be pretty time consuming as well for a growing busy business. The Compliance Matters tool will help you with this. So the Business.gov team have partnered with over 10 different government agencies, hoping to become that central hub or a database for compliance information specific to each industry. So that includes partnering with the likes of Consumer Protection, WorkSafe, and places like ACC. The tool works by asking you 3 simple questions to work out what's relevant to your business. So questions like, what subjects do you want to know more about in terms of compliance? What is your industry? And what is your business structure? So by following the tool, it'll give you every piece of compliance information that's relevant to your business industry and your business structure. It is important to kind of keep in on this because compliance obligations are consistently changing, and so as they change, Business.gov will update this, and hopefully that information will be available to you in a nice packaged, easy way to understand. Choosing your business structure. So this pretty self-explanatory, but when you're choosing your business structure, you've got company, sole trader, or partnership. So it just takes you through a questionnaire where you're able to decide what is the best way to structure your business. It's important to get your business structure right, and this tool will help with that by taking into account your own, I guess, business kind of model and where you want it to go in the future as well. Different structures do have different legal and financial obligations, so you do want to be making sure that you get this right, because it can affect your business's ability to evolve and grow if you're not operating under the right structure. And when you are choosing, you want to be thinking, you want to kind of be future-proofing your aspirations for your business and what structure that you may require in the future as well. If you are still dealing with the impacts of COVID-19, there is specific information housed on Business.govt.nz It was the main channel for getting information out to businesses during the pandemic, so you can still head over there and find all about kind of government support, things like the wage subsidy resurgence, the cash flow loan scheme, so business debt hibernation, and a whole lot more. All of that information is still available if you are still dealing with the impacts of COVID-19. It's sometimes can be hard to still work out whether you are eligible for any type of support that's out there. So do head over. It's just business.govt.nz/COVID-19. And so, there's a ton of information. During the pandemic, that kind of resource hub had over 6 million page views. And so it was the largest channel for business-related COVID-19 information. So again, it's something that is consistently being updated as the guidance and our alert levels change. So if you're unsure of anything, you can get official information from there. Like I said in the beginning, the newsletter is a subscription to, you can sign up at business.gov. It's a subscription to the newsletter that comes out, I believe it's monthly. And so there are newsletters that feature curated content and articles to help small business. So for example, they'll put, tips to get you through your tax time, or money and your mental health. So all sorts of pieces of information in there to help you get you through. Business.gov partner with experts on various subjects so that they can ensure that the information is relevant and will help your business get through whatever it needs to, and hopefully help in your success. Throughout COVID, the newsletter was used to get essential information out to businesses when announcements were made. So you can see that, all the information is prompt and in a timely manner so that you can make appropriate changes to your organisation should you need to. Sometimes there will be special editions as well. So if you do, if there is something kind of happening, that information needs to be distributed quickly. With over 900,000 people signed up to the Business.gov newsletter, this is a really effective way to get information out there really quickly. Digital Boost is another tool that sits under the MBIE umbrella. So it's fully supported by Business.gov. So this is the government funded program that I work for, and so it was kind of born and bred under that MB umbrella. And so wherever they can, we kind of leverage off each other to be able to make sure that our digital transformation information on our platform aligns to what you will also see on the business.gov website. That kind of is a wrap up of business.gov slides, and I do apologise again that we've had some technical issues, and unfortunately we've not had our business.gov representative able to join us this afternoon. We have done a number of conferences where we have collaborated with business.gov, and so we will ensure that there is a session there available for post-event viewing. So what we will do is there will be this recording, but we will add an additional recording to the playlist on YouTube from one of the previous sessions. So if you have any questions, they may be answered in a previous conference. So please feel free to watch that, and I'll make sure that we send a link to all registered attendees for that. I do see that we have had some questions come through, so I'll do my best to answer them. So one of them is, where could an organisation get more information on Digital Boost? Well, you can head over to digitalboost.co.nz and you can sign up from there. You can also get support immediately from our support team. We've got an award-winning support team who are people based here in New Zealand who are ready and waiting to help you on your digital transformation journey. Alternatively, if you want a little bit more information before you sign up, you can come along to the session that I will be hosting, which is on Thursday afternoon. So please feel free to join me then, and I will be taking you through a little bit more in depth on what we do at Digital Boost. Another question is, how can this help me if I'm a small, medium-sized business? So I'm not sure if that's in relation to Digital Boost or if that's in relation to Business.gov, but we'll answer in relation to Business.gov. So I think it is official information. So if you are unsure of something in how to set up your business or the next steps of your business if it's evolving, and you are looking for some kind of plain language, then Business.gov is your one-stop shop to be able to have that information translated at hand and know that it is as accurate. I do know from the team there that as legislation changes are made, updates are immediately made to the Business.gov website as well. And if I can encourage you, please do head over and just have a browse through Business.govt.nz, because there is a lot of information on there for different stages. For example, if you're looking at, you're doing really well here in New Zealand, but you might looking at taking your first steps in terms of exporting. There's information on there. And in actual fact, since we've got a little bit of time, I might just jump on and do a bit of a demo of the website. While I'm doing that, Rich, you can let me know if there's been any other questions that have popped in that I may have missed.
No, that's you've covered off everything that's been asked here so far, so no other incoming questions at the moment.
No problem. All right, what I'll do is I'll just bring up the Business.gov website. You let me know when that's displaying for you, Rich.
Yep, that's looking good.
Awesome, thank you. So heading over here, if you are brand new to business or thinking about starting your own business, getting started is your, where you want to start working through the content here. So what are the first steps? Guide to starting your business, information around branding, so getting your presence online. So just how do you get funding for your business? So a lot of the information on here is going to link you to this entire ecosystem that we have that sits behind our business community from a government perspective as well. Information here on tax and accounting, so different tax types, different tax obligations, tips on reducing your tax, if you need to shut down your business, and perhaps trying to head that off with some of this information here, warning signs of trouble ahead. So again, they have popped this into nice kind of easy, I would say, categories, or information that you can work your way through in bite-sized chunks, so it's not too time-consuming.
It looks pretty comprehensive from this side of things.
Yeah.
We do have another question here as well, just about the newsletter sign up. Is there somewhere obvious on the website there? Subscribe to our monthly newsletter, bottom corner. Is that where you would go?
Exactly. Look at that. We didn't even have to search for it ourselves.
No. We're amazing.
Rep here. So yes, it is easy to find. So the way I found that, look, you can sign up here on the front landing page, news businesses. So you can have a look at some updates here, and there's a link in there, or you can head over to the menu, scroll straight down to the bottom, and subscribe
there it is.
to the newsletter there. And look at that, I did get that right. It was a monthly newsletter. That was an educated guess.
You know it in and out. There you go.
Please feel free to drop any other questions that you've got in here. Like I said, we will definitely try and get this information to you.
No other questions there, really. It's just a bit of feedback that other people have used it and they've found it really great.
Yeah,
very useful
I particularly like the tools and resources section. I love the whole part around, if you're thinking about how important it is these days to have an online presence as a business, you want to be making sure you get that name right, and not kind of, you want your business to be unique and sort of stand out and not be confused with other businesses. So definitely use some of the tools in there. Now I'm pretty sure there was I wanted to have a look at tax and accounting. Some of this information you would have heard, hiring and managing people, is also available from employment.gov, who again sit under that MB umbrella. So we all sort of work in together to make sure that there is that full wraparound support.
Sort of the umbrella And I see you had the employment agreement builder there as well, just on the page. So obviously that was what was covered in the last session as well.
Yeah. Some really good information here on these kind of compliance parts. So, your workplace policies, you can use this here to build them. And then I guess, specific laws that are going to be appropriate for your industry as well. Right, well, I think probably is enough information for me. I would hate to just assume anything. So thank you again for persevering with us. I do really, really appreciate it. Listen, if you do get stuck and you don't know where to go, please contact Rich at Connected. Rich will be that conduit of support as well in helping you head over and make connections if you need to at Business.gov or any of the other any of the other organisations that are joining us throughout the conference. And I will again make sure that you have access to hear from the Business.gov rep from one of our previous recordings. I will add that. It will be great to see you in future sessions. So we do have a few more sessions coming up this afternoon. We've got New Zealand Trade and Enterprise at the end of the day. We've got Tai Tokerau joining us next. And then tomorrow we'll be hearing from our local Economic Development Agency, a chamber up in Northland. So please join us tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll have more government agencies joining us on Thursday afternoon. Once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for persevering with me. Rich, it's been a pleasure to co-host with you. And I do hope to see you all in future sessions. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Thank you again.